So the other day I said about this phrase that I don't like. Where will I apply that? And it's to do with maths. And people always ask, where will I apply that topic of maths, or where will I apply exactly what you're talking about? And it really gets to me, because I think if you think deeply about that statement and maths in general, or the numbers in general, there's so many ways we can apply that maths. Maths is in everything. Now, I'm not talking about maths, and I don't want to teach maths as in maths, because I know it's a topic or it's a subject that some people may not like. But my approach for maths, you will be able to see as we go along. The other day I gave an example of digital. If you have a mobile phone, if you have a television or a computer, it's a digital device or a gadget that uses numbers, and it uses numbers 1 and 0. And I did ask a question, is 0 a digit? And of course, some people did answer, yes, 0 is a digit. And of course, some of you already know that 0 is a digit. Now, it's used everywhere. I mean, the numbers are used everywhere. Now, the funny thing is, I did say, let's start from nothing. So we know 0 is a digit, and we know we have other digits up to 9. And this is only for the system of counting that we commonly know. There are many other systems of counting. The symbols could continue. Maybe 10 would be a different symbol, but they did decide that they wanted, in this system that we use in the Western world, in England, in USA, in parts of Africa, those type of symbols that we use for counting, it's 0 to 9. Now, the funny thing is, the way I want to apply maths is totally different. And I said, let's start from nothing. Let's start from 0. And as we start from 0, I will take you back to the book of Genesis. There was nothing. There was nothing. That's what the Bible says. But in that nothingness, God was there, because He's the one who initiated the whole thing. He is the genesis of creation. So in that nothingness, God was there. So 0 doesn't mean nothing. 0 means things have not been activated. Now, let me bring you to the common topic that is at the beginning of each maths chapter. It's called the place value. Now, when you take that 0, and I like it the way one of the people who responded back that 0 is a digit said, it depends on where you place the 0. So on the place value, that is used in the Western system, 0 can be very powerful. Whether you place it after the decimal point or before the decimal point, somewhere on the table, it has a place value. Now, starting with you as the number 1 on the digits, and then add 0 in whatever position you want, then you can be able to know where your value could be. So add that nothingness that I had, or I have. But in the name of nothingness, I want you to think of this. Where you think there's nothing, think of God, because in nothingness, God is found there. Now, where you want to place that faith in that nothingness of God gives you the power to be who you can be. The society places us in classes. When we go to school, we are given numbers, we are given grades, we are placed in a grade, we are valued in a way. We may kind of say, oh, it doesn't really matter whether I have school grades, or I go to university, or I have a diploma or anything, but it does matter, because the society that we have constructed, we have created, gives us those placed values in the society. But I want you to think this way. You are not nothing. First of all, you're a digit. You are you. And then if you want to start from nothing, think of God and think of the power of creation. And then think of the rest of the digits. Then we can be able to play with those other digits along the place value. I hope I'm not confusing you, but I want us to bring the reality of life into the everyday situations. and you will be able to see, or you'll be able to find out how much potential you as a person has, even with playing with maths. You will see how much potential as a person that you have when you frame your mind right in the small things of life, in the nothingness of life. You will see there's something productive. Don't forget to leave a comment or ask a question at the bottom here, because it will help me to be able to support you better and to understand what it is that we need to do. So please leave a comment, ask a question, and remember to follow me on Soul as we discuss Paul McGee's book. Thank you, and you're welcome.